What's up? Welcome back to my channel. For today I have a bookish video. It is going to be my January wrap-up and my February TBR. As I'm filming this, it's February 2nd already, and I'm like, what the heck? My little brother literally gets married in less than a month. My little brother gets married March 1st, and I'm just like I can't believe it's February already. Insane. Anyways, so let's talk about January wrap up to begin with. I read a total of 3 books, which I know to a lot of you it's not a lot, but for me it's a lot. It's a lot. I am dyslexic. I'm a slow reader. So it does take me a little while to get through a book and to get through a book and fully understand it, because I have to go back and reread things. So 3 books in 1 month is actually groundbreaking for me. It's incredible. So let me tell you what the books that I read. I read Stephen King's Elevation, which is the tiniest Stephen King book I've ever seen in my life, and I'm pretty sure I talked about how I was when I picked it up. I was so shocked in my book haul I did last month. So I read this. I read Slayer. Oh my god. This is everything, and I do plan on doing like a full review on this. As you can see, I started to tab things, and then I'm like, I'm psychotic. I need to stop. So yeah, look out. I'm going to do a full review for this pretty soon. And then I read City of Thieves by David Benioff. This was gifted to me by one of my coworkers, and again, I loved it. It's a shorter book and really cool too. He had it, where is it? Let me find it. He had it signed for me, which is pretty cool. So yeah, those are the 3 books that I read this month. All of them were 5 stars. They were fantastic. The Stephen King book is like no other Stephen King book I have read. It was kind of, if you mixed sci-fi, do I want to say sci-fi? No, I don't want to say sci-fi. I want to say contemporary and some, do I want to say sci-fi? No, yeah, I got some sci-fi elements. So like a contemporary mixed with sci-fi, and I loved it. It was beautiful. I found the characters very likable, and just a story of a neighborhood coming together mixed in with that sci-fi kind of thing. I don't want to say sci-fi. Fantasy? Maybe fantasy. Yeah, maybe fantasy. So like contemporary fantasy type of thing. It was not scary. Again, not something I'm used to seeing from Stephen King. Maybe I'm wrong. I've only read 2 other Stephen King books, but they were the biggest Stephen King books that I got out of the way. But I loved it, and the cover is gorgeous. It is a book that I will probably display forever. Then I read Slayer, which made my teenage heart so happy, and I will talk more about Slayer in its own video, like I said. But it made my teenage heart so happy. I love the plot. I love that we're getting another book. Do you see this? This says book 1. I'm so happy we're getting another book, and it was everything. Again, 5 stars. A good reads for me. Loved it. And then City of Thieves, I loved. I cried. I was shook. I was shook. This book is set during one of the world wars. I don't remember what, but we follow a character named Lev, and he gets in trouble, and now all of a sudden he finds himself on this mission to find a dozen eggs. Yes, a dozen eggs during wartime for a colonel's daughter's wedding cake. And he, of course, is joined with another character named, and I'm sorry if I butcher this, I think it's Kolya, who I loved as a character. He is like how I would imagine, like Kolya is how I would imagine I would be during wartime. That's also, this book is set in Russia. And if you didn't know, and it's not meant to offend anybody, but the Russian accent is my favorite accent ever. I love the Russian accent. Anytime I hear somebody speak with a Russian accent, makes my heart do this. I love it. So I love that it's set in Russia. And the whole time I'm reading, I'm like, I can't stop reading this with the Russian accent. Like, I can't. But again, it was sad. It was comedic. It's full of friendships and trying to make your life work during wartime. It's a fantastic read. 5 out of 5. You need to read this. It's fantastic. All right, so those are the 3 books. Now, the other book that we had chose for the from my TBR jar, I'm slowly making my way through it. And by slowly meaning, like, I'm only 55 pages in. So if you remember, we picked, out of the TBR jar, we picked the Tuesday Erotica Club by Lisa Beth Kovetz. So far, it's been very cringeworthy. Very cringeworthy. I'm not very far at all. Like, at all. I'm just finding the characters to be very annoying, and just the whole premise of the book just very annoying. But I am going to finish it. I'm going to probably give it a 1 star. This to me is worse than, and I shouldn't say this yet because I'm not finished with the book, so maybe it will like get better, but I'm like, I don't know, guys. I don't know. I've never DNF'd a book before in my life. I even finished, what was the one book I read that I was like, what the hell is this? The Vampires of Rocky Flat? No. The Nymphos of Rocky Flat. Stupidest book, but at least that had a decent plot. This so far is just bleh, very cringeworthy, and I'm going to try my best to get through this. Alright, so that is kind of the January wrap up. Again, so far all 5 stars. So this will kind of go over into February, where it seems like there won't be all 5-star books. Alright, so let's talk about my plans for next month. I'm going to start off with talking about my plans by saying that I finally, after researching so many boxes, I finally subscribed to a Bookish box, which I'm so excited with. I decided to choose Unplugged Book Club. Everything that, like, all the videos I've watched people unbox of theirs, and just learning about the company, I'm so on board for it. So I ordered a box. The first box will be in March, so happily look forward to that. I've decided that every time I get a book from there, I'm actually going to put it in the TBR jar. That's kind of going to be the goal, the plan, I guess. Unless it's like so hyped that I need to read it. Then I'll just read it. The reason I mention that is because my plans for reading this month, it's kind of going to go with why, like, the book box and why I need to read the certain reads that I'm reading. There's fandoms in the book, and one of the fandoms I have that book. So I'd like to read that book so that when the stuff comes in, I know what the fandom is and I get the reference. So that book, for me, the first book we're going to read after we're done with that 1-star read is going to be Children of Blood and Bone by Tomi Adeyemi. Yeah. Everyone's read this. I'm not going to go about it. I'm always the last person to read a book, but this is my plans because there is Children of Blood and Bone fandom in that box. There's also fandom for The Dark Descent of something Frankenstein. Lisa Frankenstein? No. The Dark Descent of whatever. I'll leave what it's called right here. But you all know what it is because, again, everybody reads things before I do. I'm the last to read things. So yeah, really excited about that. Might add on the Dark Descent of, why can't I think of her name? I keep wanting to say Lisa, but I don't think that's it. That's not it. So if that book comes, I did order it. I will also be trying to read that. But this is a chunk of a book. This is a chunker of a book. And then the other one I want to, which people got in their last Unplugged book box, and when I saw the cover, I was like, I need that. I need this book. It's a smaller book. It's really tiny. I believe it's self-published. I could be wrong. Let me know in the comments down below. But that is the Nirvana Threads by Rachel Tremblay. Like, look at this cover. It is 110% my aesthetic. Takes place in the 90s, which I'm a 90s baby. I loved the 90s. I miss the 90s. And there's like a comic book kind of short story in the back. I'm excited about it. Yeah, this was the graphic novel inside called Octobitch and the Wrench King. So I'm excited about this. And then, of course, the last thing we need to do is we need to pick a TBR book. And so far, I would say, having to finish this book, reading these books, I'm probably not going to get to it, but we're going to pick one anyways because that's what we do for TBR videos. So I got my handy dandy jar. Please pick a small one. I'm begging you to pick a small one. I'm also going to start putting things in this, like, if you go on my Goodreads, there's lots of, like, currently reading that I haven't finished, like Hocus Pocus, because I'm scared to finish that. Hocus Pocus is my favorite movie, and I'm just scared to finish reading that book. And then what's the other one? Oh, Wizard of Oz. And then a coffee dictionary, which, whatever. So I think I'm going to throw those in here too. I don't know. All right, let us pick. Da, da, da. I only want one. All right, here we go. Hopefully I know where this book is. Oh! Speaking of books that everyone has read, but me. Red Queen by Victoria Aveyard. Let me go get that book. Hold on. All right, here we go. Red Queen by Victoria Aveyard. I mean, do I need to go over the premise? Because again, everyone has read this book but me. But I will. I'll read the back. So it says, in school we learned about the world before ours, about the angels and gods that lived in the sky, ruling the earth with kind and loving hands. Some say those are just stories, but I don't believe that. The gods rule us still. They have come down from the stars, and they are no longer kind. Dang! All right, and it's pretty too. So, all right, that's the plan. So Red Queen is our TBR book for the month. And I have the other book that goes after this. I don't know. I'm trying to see if I can see over at my bookshelf and see what it's called, but I can't see that far. So we have Red Queen. We have the Nirvana Threads. Children of Blood and Bone, which is going to be like my next read after I finish Tuesday Erotica Club. Alright, that is everything. What are you guys reading right now? Let me know in the comments down below. What books should I be getting? Like what, I don't know. I'm always up to for suggestions. I love graphic novels too, so if you have any graphic novel suggestions, let me know in the comments below. And yeah, my Goodreads information is down below. You can click on that, become my friend. Again, I like to see what everybody's reading. And I will talk to you guys in my next video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Mwah!